It took 1 week to get out of practice.
That's all we need. We don't need much.
It took
Macy,
1 week.
1 week to get out of practice. I think that we could stay absolutely on track and still be out of practice.
I mean, that's true. That's true. It's maybe because we don't see it as practice, and if we did, we'd get better.
If we just simply looked at this like a muscle, like anything else that you can flex and build.
Instead of just, I don't know, just keep slathering on the same grade C quality. Hey, they come back for it.
Hey, you're here. We're doing that thing again. It's your fault that you're here.
Yeah. Okay. Before we roll in, I need to talk to you real quick. We need 2 minutes because we're on a tight schedule today. But I just want to talk to you freshly about the first 10 minutes of the pumpkin carving video. No,
I got to tell you, I haven't watched it yet. Watched it yet. I opened it because my phone was. Listen to me. My phone was dead, and when it came back to life, I had a text from you that said check email or something. Oh my God. And I knew immediately. I was like, Rocco and Laser, there's progress. I know that's what this means. So I opened it up.
I've watched it 6 times.
I opened it up. I watched about maybe a minute, maybe a little less. And I was laughing so hard, but I was exhausted. Like I was in bed and I was laughing so hard that I was crying, like tears streaming. Yeah. And I like, it made me black out, I think. Because I was laughing, and then I ceremoniously put my phone down and immediately went to sleep. It knocked me out.
Good. You went to sleep on some giggle endorphins, which is nice. Did. I was up late last night on some antihistamines because of said hand, because I got stung by a goddamn wasp. And so I just couldn't really, and it's weird because I've been having to take Benadryl for the past 4 days every night just to keep it. And luckily this one wasn't as bad as my foot, but to just kind of keep it from getting out of control. And Benadryl makes me so weird. But this night, for some reason, it amped me up and it didn't make me sleepy. So I was just sitting up and then I got a message from Eldritch Kitchen, at 9:30 p.m. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he was just wanted to send some progress. Here's the first 10 minutes. And I watched it. And then I watched it again. And then I think I watched it again. And then sent it to you. And then I watched it again because the second half, dude, when it's so fucking funny. It's so funny. When we are both on the porch and the banter, the uncomfortable banter starts. Oh, God. And he's making this weird villain out of only one specific teapot, and it is killing me.
I think that's part of the reason that I knew I couldn't commit to the whole thing right at that moment is because I know what's coming. And I got to the part where in reality, Laser has these 2 pumpkins. And I thought when in filming, I thought it would be funny if for just half a second he kind of caressed the pumpkins a la breasts.
It gets drug out for so long.
And the thing is, I only did that for a couple of seconds. But the way that he edited it, he reversed it and then played it back and then reversed it. It made it seem like I was rubbing those pumpkins for 5 minutes. And it's
forever.
That's the part that absolutely made my brain just shut off.
It's I can't. Not right now.
I can't take this. I must sleep.
Oh.
Okay.
It made me more awake. So enjoy it. I need to hear from you soon. I need you to watch it immediately upon finishing this recording. And I need to talk to you about it because no one else in the world has seen this but me and Eldritch Kitchen. And I need you.
Before we go any further, even a hot second further, we've got to dedicate this episode to our lovely patron, Artisan Pie, which adorable.
Ah, cute.
Cutie. And if you don't do bye-bye, Miss Artisan Pie, I'm going to be mad.
Well, I think you have to now because it's your suggestion.
But the singing, that's not my gig. You don't want me to.
I can hear your throat tightening.
Can you?
Yes.
I have this strange phenomenon that happens anytime I think about singing where other people can hear me. My windpipe closes to the size of a dime.
That's pretty normal. Mine used to do that when back when I was like forced to sing in public at like 14 and I couldn't make that decision anymore. But yeah, I remember the first few times I sang in public, it didn't work. It just didn't work. It sounded awful because my throat just would not eke noise out right.
It doesn't, I don't know why. I don't know why the brain goes, stop it, you're vulnerable. And like tells me to go.
Yeah. Shame.
Yeah. Be embarrassed. What are we talking about today?
So I, very much like you recently had, I have a fluid topic today. It is not like a set thing. I'm talking about believing in your own spell work today because I've recently had an experience where spell work was done and in such a bizarrely cosmic way, exactly how it was supposed to. It enacted the change it needed to enact. And like a way that's so perfect and so strange that you're just like, okay.
So you had one of those moments, those like, oh shit, this is real moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time. And luckily, like it's like good news about Bruce. You know, it's like I want to talk about it's the conclusion of the Bruce situation in such a way that is so. It really just like floored me, and it kind of I think it you know every now and again I'll do something that Hunter even is like.
Yeah.
You said that was going to happen, you know, and like I'll sometimes say things out loud to him as a marker, be like, something's going to happen this week, you know, XYZ. And it's like, you know, it was one of those moments following spell work and feeling the shift the spell work enacted in the universe that it's just those moments, you know, like, oh, we're about to like board this train. Like something's about to happen.
I have reached in and manipulated.
Yeah. The fabric of reality.
Yes.
So
good.
That's what I want to talk about. And I'm really, really excited about it. And it's given me a little bit, it's helped kind of pulled me up a little bit. Of course, like I've been pretty depressed about this.
Me up.
Yeah, you raise me.
Yeah.
And I've needed it, you know, truly, because I've been down. I've been really bummed about this whole situation, like with the stress of needing to resolve. It was like, it was kind of like devouring my own tail, you know, it was like in this pursuit of this journey, I was having to also separate myself from this animal and it was really bumming me out. And so you know, it's just been a whole thing. The energy in the house is tense because it's just been full of conflict energy. And I'm not used to my house, which is like this space that yeah, like seriously, we work in tandem with each other and my space is never a place that when I walk into it, I tense. It's the opposite. It's the only place in the world that I don't do that at. But like it had gotten to the point to where I had run up to mom's house at one point just to visit with her. And I realized I felt the feeling leave.
Yeah.
And then it came back when I walked into my house. And I was just like, but I was like, I can't do like a deep, full cleansing to all like call everybody. I'm not going to do that until this is resolved because it wasn't right. That wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's almost like in that situation, it's one of those where you're like, I don't know if I have the energy to spare to do that right now.
I didn't at all. You know, like I was putting everything I had in trying to resolve this and get him somewhere that he needed to be. And I am very happy to say that he has been rehomed and he has been rehomed to the most cosmically perfect place.
Great.
That it's unbelievable. It's comedic. Honestly,
I'm really
how
excited
silly it is
to hear about it. I haven't heard that much about it. We've passingly kind of kept in touch, and you know, I've been like, "Hey, you know, what's up with Bruce?" Or you like, "Hey, this is what's going on." But I'm excited to hear the full tale, the whole tale. Get it, dogs' tails. But I also want to say, just dude, I'm digging these like conversational-esque topics that
I am too.
There is a part of me that has felt in the past as if it is some kind of letdown, you know, that it's like, oh, I don't have like a research topic, you know, and it's, I don't know how to phrase it, but there's a strange feeling of like, oh crap, I have to do one of these and like, it's not going to be as good or like, I don't know, whatever. There's a feeling that comes with it. However, they're usually like, they're well received. And I think that they're enjoyable. And while it's not necessarily a straight up like article of witchcraft that we're talking about, I think they are important topics and I think we should do them maybe a little more.
I think we should. Well, and it signals growth as well. I mean, it takes us being able to say we are confident enough to approach this topic without the buffer of somebody else, like, because we're using other information and sources. It's like, this is straight from us, like, so are we valid enough? And I think we are, because especially if it draws from personal experience.
Dude, are we valid? Like, can you imagine if this was it, like if we tried to do this in the early days, like episode 2, what if we were just like, talk about believing in your spell work?
Oh my God. I couldn't even, I know. And it's so amazing that we started this show at that. I mean, it's like, I don't think people understand sometimes. Well, I'm sure you do if you listen to us now and listen back then. We knew nothing. Literally nothing.
No.
Like,
we had talked about like, hey, crystals are pretty. And I think there might be other practitioners in the area. Like that was it.
Yeah, I mean, like literally anything you could gather from like a TJ Maxx home goods section. Like that's what we knew.
We were the demographic that would probably go for those like pre-put together, white sage.
For
kits,
absolutely.
And we were the time, and even listening back to those early episodes, the amount of times that we just like slung around like smudging. You know what I mean?
I know.
And we've said, this is nothing new. We've said this 100 times. It is a little cringe to listen to, because knowing what we know now, but just to reiterate how dick we knew about shit.
Oh, nothing. We knew nothing. And we, and it's, we've talked about it before. Like it is through that this show exists. Mm-hmm. It's like the show is built on our flaws. And there's something kind of beautiful about that, like in its own way, like you can see the growth in that. And without that kind of bum rush attitude that we did with this show, it wouldn't be here,
And I, not to, I always have a problem kind of tooting our own horns or like speaking in a way that's not self-deprecating or whatever. But like, I really do think that that's part of the reason that we have you guys that are listening to us right now with your ear holes, is that there's a sense of relatability there, I think, especially if you were not like raised in any kind of tradition or culture that has anything or any background with this, and you're just kind of finding it because you passed an Earthbound and went, there's a book that says witchcraft. Should I buy it?
Right.
So,
and so anyway, that, it's funny to think about. It is funny to think about like doing that, this topic. And I wouldn't, because I was not doing this level of confident, intense. This was spell work that while I wasn't, I've done more intense prep. Like, again, I've mentioned my cleansings, like those are very serious. I call in ancients when that happens. I didn't do that with this. I did leave offering out if anybody wanted to help, but it was just kind of like this was like me alone doing this, like a soul manipulator. And it was different because a lot of the times I like a long game spell. That's usually the work that I do. I like Yura energy. I like and to me, it's always worked. It's that steady climb, but this was different. Like this was something that needed to be potent. It needed to be quick because tensions are just getting worse. It was like, I need a resolution here.
What did you do for your catalyst?
Well,
if you don't say cinnamon, I'm going to reach through the computer and grab your throat.
I didn't. I believe I used chili. I usually use chili instead of cinnamon. But I also use, this was like basically my set spell work. Like I will do bigger, fluffier stuff around it. But if I'm doing a spell, there's going to be a dressed candle with herbs and also that same herb incense blend on a disc burning at the same time. Yeah. That's like my set. If I'm rolling up my sleeves, and it's like, that's my bread and butter. That's the core basis of almost all spell work that I do. I might add runes to it. Yeah. I might add like vegetables and whatnot. Like on Patreon, I did the spell with the chili peppers all around it, like the light of fire. I'll do things like that. But it's like at the core, there's that candle, there's that incense blend.
Let me ask you, what do you do, say with the vegetable, the fruit, the chili, whatever you're doing in that regard? What do you do with that after you have done your spell? Do you kind of leave it there with the candle burning, or do you like reclaim it and cook it and eat it to like consume the powers, or do you leave it out for the woods? Like, what do you do after?
I leave it out.
Okay.
Once the candle's done, I'll usually leave the space there for a while, like once the candles burn down and whatnot, maybe like for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Mhm.
And then usually I'll take it out to the woods.
Yeah. That's typically what I do, unless I feel like there is something to be. If I went into it knowing that I was going to then consume whatever food or whatever was left out because it was like infused with the energy that I was blah 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 blah. You know how it goes,
Right?
like,
Yeah.
Then I'll consume it. But most of the time, it is like I've buried it before and I've left it out for animals to get. Maybe that's not correct now that I'm thinking about it, but like I will leave it out. Just wanted to know, that always interests me, like what people do with their stuff.
Yeah.
After it's done. What do you do with your wax strippings? What do you do with XYZ? And
Right.
Yeah, just interesting.
Yeah. And this one wasn't very flashy compared to most, I believe, and here's the thing, it's my memories of spell work are always very different. They're always slippery. They're hard to pin down. It almost seems like everything has tracers attached to it. It's always very difficult for me to remember. And so it's like, I believe I had added Othala to this because it's like the rune of home and like and whatnot. And so it was like, that just felt right. The candle I dressed with a Hecate oil blend, which I really debated on for a good long minute because like Hecate is not, like there's a lot of devotion that goes into that and honoring and knowledge, but it was just like my gut told me it was the right thing to do. She helped in the Jorah situation.
Well, dogs are kind of her thing,
Yeah, and he's black, and wayward. It just felt right. It felt like, I kind of held it for a while and it was like, this is the move. And so I put it on there and I dressed it with this herb blend, and I can't tell you exactly what all was in it for sure, but there was like, pennyroyal, catnip, lavender, rose. It was a bunch of herbs to inspire friendship and love, but also just like attention and attraction. Because I was thinking, because this is the situation that I'm dealing with, and I talked about it briefly on the other episode, is that there's no room anywhere.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for it's Texas right now, and just a large part of the South in general. I mean, it always struggles with an overage of dogs, but like right now, something is going on to where it's like an issue. It's a serious problem. And so nobody had any room. And it was just like, I was just getting, at this point I did this spell, I was just getting like rejection after rejection after rejection from rescues. And it was like, I wasn't going to take him to a shelter. Like I knew that wasn't even on the table.
Yeah.
Not anything against shelters, but it's like, it would break him.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. And so I had heard back though, finally at the point of the spell, I had heard back that one of these organizations was like, well, we don't have room, but we will put him up on our site for you.
Okay.
And, we will do the home visit with them. We will do the application. We'll like scan through those, send you the good ones, and we'll do the home visit. And they were like, you just have to keep him. And I was like, fucking bet. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, in fact, that's probably ideal.
Thing.
For you anyway, would be to keep him at your home until he had somewhere to call a home versus that kind of liminal state of being like at a housed, I don't want to call it a shelter, but like housed at a rescue kind of halfway point,
Yeah, I think it was better for him emotionally, for sure.
Yeah.
And so this is like, at that point was when I did the spell. I didn't know anything other than that. The post wasn't even up yet. I don't think. And so I was like, I'm doing this. Like, we've got good news. And I was like riding on the high of the first true bit of good news that I'd had in like 3 weeks, and I was like, bet, grab the candy. It was all very impromptu, grabbed everything, put it all together. And so I was like, I need to be smart here though, because like, it's not the fact that I need to find, they just need to have room, this isn't a room situation. I need the right pair of eyes to find him in this overage, this sea of other dogs that need help. And so I was like, that's my move. That's my in, is focusing on the vision, focusing on bringing these eyes to his listing that wasn't even up yet, but I knew it would be. And so that was why I gathered herbs for that, like one,
Catnip?
like friendship and whatnot. And the catnip was just also, this was still very intense. It's emotional for Bruce, emotional for me. And so it was just like, that was in there. I believe feverfew was in there as for like safe journey. You know, you can put it in your shoes as like a safe travel thing. So I just put everything in there. But then, yeah, other stuff to inspire love, like the rose and whatnot, to be like, these eyes need to find him for a reason. Like these two, they belong together, you know? And so I dressed the candle. It was all good to go. I had the herbs going on the disc, probably like, I don't know, like fucking Dead Can Dance was playing on, you know, like, and it was feeling right, you know, and I did what I do and scried, you know, just kind of stayed with the flame and, you know, shot my energy into it and did what you do in that. And then there was a moment. And it always happens in the spells that, you know, because I mean, admittedly, and I think it's that way for everybody. Like, typically, I only like to do spell work when I am feeling it, because when I do it and like I don't, it's usually halfway through the spell. I'll sometimes just peter out and be like, man, I knew that I didn't have this in me, and just kind of be like, well, it might do something, but it doesn't have my full want, like you know,
your
and
full
I noticed
attention.
It didn't, you know, and so, but I notice in spells when I do, I always feel like the switch flip. There's always a moment of feeling like the tendril, whatever my spirit tendrils are, they burrow into what they need. It's like I break through to where I need to break through, where the message gets, who needs to hear it, something. It happens, you know? And
there's a moment of this. Oh, we're here. We're doing it.
I'm in. Yeah,
oh,
I'm
God,
in. I got it.
Like a hacker.
And that's what
I'm in. We're in.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like, that you break through into something. And like, that's another reason I like to do the candle and the smoke at the same time, is that I feel like it really like rips a hole, you know, because like that's just a lot of power coming out, and it's boom, do it at the same time.
Anytime things can have that synergy, like the same herbs on the candle, I feel like work with the same herbs that are burning, and they like connect somewhere in the air, and they just blast right through to spirit.
That's exactly how I feel. And I felt it get through. And in this moment of it getting through, I was looking at this flame, and I was just like getting this vision of like this person on a computer finding him. And it was a dude, like a guy. And like it was like picturing like a single guy. Yeah. And like on the computer, just getting his eyes on this listing, you know, finding Bruce. And it's like, I stayed with that. And then eventually the switch like flipped again to where it was like, all right, it's done.
You've done what you needed to do.
You know?
Yeah.
And the candle, like at that point, was like on fucking fire, which I was glad for. Like it was like a big quick burn, like, all right, this is hasty. And it was just like a blaze, you know? And I was, you know, it's one of those, it's like, all right, cool. And, you know, kind of cleaned up after that, after everything was done. And I felt much better following that. And it was like, I had that calm peace of knowing like, this is about to happen. Something's going to happen. And then like the next day, his listing was up, and it was so cute. Like it was really good. It was like long, and it was honest, explained it all and whatnot. And in like 2 days after the listing goes up, the founder of the rescue I'm working with calls me and was like, you need to see this app that we got. It's perfect. Like she was excited, you know? And so I pulled it up, and it's him. It's the guy. Yeah. You know, like it's the guy in my mind. Like
I like to think that when you felt that switch flip to like, okay, we've done what we needed to do, somewhere in the world, that guy just sort of looked up and was like, I need to start looking for a dog. Like it just completely called for him, you know?
Well, when I got the other half of the story from him, it gets even weirder. So anyway, I read it. It's perfect. It's like he's like a young guy. He is like a tennis coach, and he's
active. Good.
He's this really fun guy, and I call him up, and he's super personable. And you know, he's got his own home, and it's got this nice backyard with an 8-foot privacy fence, and he has no other dogs, no cats or anything, and he just wants a friend. So he had found Bruce's listing and was just like, what he told me, and he's like, he meant it in a sweet way, and it made me laugh. He was like, and I just saw his stupid face, and you know, and I was just like, all right. And so
Did you go, that was the plan?
Well, and so he said, he was like, well, here's the thing. He was like, I've been wanting a dog after all of this. And, it felt like the right time. And I have this yard. And my friends keep saying, like, you have this perfect house for a dog, dude. You need to get a dog. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I don't even really remember how he said that he met them, but he was just out and about and he met this couple. And it just so happens that the woman of this couple is the woman I had been emailing about Bruce. She's the founder of the rescue.
Oh my God. Dude.
And so she says, like, oh, well, like, we are this and that. You can look us up. Like, here you go. And he just happens to go up. And this is like literally, dude, like 1 or 2 days after his listing was up. And he immediately sees Bruce, the scruffy dog that he'd been looking for, who looks exactly his stupid face. He looks exactly pretty much like the dog that he didn't get to have anymore. And he just like immediately threw an application on him. And the next day was like getting his home visited from the rescue to make sure it was perfect. Like he was into it, like, and so it was just like, I heard that, and it was just like, are you serious? Like that happened. Like he would have never seen all of those things had to happen for his eyes to get to Bruce. So he happened to meet this person who happened to direct him to the site that just so happened to have been right after his listing was up for the first time.
And I like the way that you've approached talking about it. Like the work was to simply get this guy's eyes on Bruce. It wasn't like casting a love spell or like
I didn't want that's. Will. I don't want to fuck with Will. Right. It wanted to just be like, the right person.
I just somehow there's somebody out there that would be perfect. I need them to get their eyes on him. And what's crazy is like, I kind of thought that the way these things go, if you've ever been like, I'm going to look at dogs for rescue, there's just like a couple of sites or, to go to sites, to what to Google or whatever. And you'll look you'll scroll through, the same couple ones. The fact that he wasn't already doing that, but like, not only was he not like actively looking at these like rescue sites or whatever, but he like met the person for that one. It's just insanity.
It's absolutely unreal. Like seriously, like it really is incredible. And like I stayed there for an hour, just kind of visiting with him and had a cup of. He made me this bomb ass espresso. Nice. And like we just kind of sat out and Bruce sniffed around. And it was funny. He was being he knew something was up. And it was, like for instance, like in driving there, it was only about an hour. Bruce got car sick. He's never been car sick before. So it was like, it's like he knew something was up. And so he was being real cautious and walking around. But then this guy's dad showed up. He was like doing some work on the house and Bruce ran up to him and hugged him like how he does. Like, and then it was like, after that, he snapped out of it. And then I noticed already waiting for him is a full basket of toys of all of these. And Bruce started like nosing around in all of those. And then by the time I left, like he was nuzzling this guy on the couch. Like they were just hanging together. It's just like, it's time for me to go, Yeah. And, I, since then I've gotten updates. He has slept in the bed because we always had him sleep in his bed in his kennel, but like, no, he slept in the bed right up next to this guy. Nice. Like he's rotten. He's rotten. And
that's exactly what he needed. He needed to be the spoiled only child,
Yes. He needed a person.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is exactly what I wanted. Yeah. It's exactly what I was hoping for and what I conjured, what I manifested. Yeah. And it's because it's so dead on. That's why I wanted to talk about it and just kind of, again, this was a spell that I did in my mundane fashion. It's not that I, donned ritual garb and like tried to do this one it was because I did it from the heart. Like I did it with a true purpose, like a true mission. And I think that's the biggest part of it. Like, I don't always think like, and of course, experience comes into it with me with like not totally stepping on toes, like that was me like holding that bottle of Hecate oil for 10 minutes. Yeah. Like, should I? Should I?
Are you calling for me? Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I think that's where experience can kind of play in to maybe ask those questions. But what this was at its core was my will. I shot my will, my want,
your load
into the ether. And I did it with such force and like with just the clear vision in my mind of what I wanted. And I think that is what witchcraft is at its core, is that it is using your sheer energy and your will to not necessarily change the fabric of reality, but direct it, I think.
Exactly. 100%. I think that, time is not linear and you can think of like all these, I think there's every possibility stretched out in front of us. And I think that what this is you're giving a little nudge to the driver. You're slipping them, you're slipping them a tasty cake going, hey, take this next left, to kind of end up where you want it to go. And it could very well have ended up there anyway. You're just kind of nudging the cart of destiny in the right direction, I think.
Well, sure. And I think a lot of it too is giving what you get and making sure that you give and receive. Like, for instance, like, since he wasn't really fostered by this rescue, like, she, the founder told me, like, well, his adoption fee, we're just going to give to you, since all we, and she was saying, like, we didn't really do anything. And I was just listening to this, like, that's preposterous. So I just told her, like, I'm going to give it to you. Like, I want to donate his fee to y'all because, like, I knew that was the way to close this. Like, that was how to close this loop, and make sure that, like, what's done right was done right everywhere. And I don't know, it's just all of this. And it was guided by intuition. It's like, when I heard her say that, I was like, no, this goes to you. Like, I just knew that it did. It wasn't right for me to have it because none of this would have happened without her happening upon this person. It's just not, all these things all these levers had to be pulled. And it was like, she was a huge part of that, and I just think that's a big part too, just giving what you get and trying to, and remembering that we all have this ability in us, every single one of us. I don't think that I'm special in any way.
Yeah. Yeah. That was something I was thinking. I forget what we were talking about earlier, but we were talking about, I think it was when we were talking about reaching into the fabric and it's like, it doesn't have to be this like you said, ritualistic thing. And of course that has its place and its purpose. I don't want to like diminish that at all. Sure. But like, it doesn't have to be viewed as like this, you must be this all powerful wizard, it's like you can use the simplest tools and what you have, which is like your body and your intent, and it's not like every time you have to like fucking part the skies or anything. And there's not people who are born. I mean, I think there are people who are born who are more adept at certain aspects of different things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're always going to
slip in a little easier than others.
Yeah. Macy's always going to be better at some things than I am and vice versa. And that goes the same for everyone on the planet. You know what I mean? So you just have to find your niche or whatever, but blah, blah, blah. But my point is, I get stuck sometimes in this, like, I'm not powerful enough. I'm not a real witch kind of feeling. You know what I mean? And I think that's, you know what that is? That's detritus.
Oh, it's just imposter syndrome.
I just love the word detritus.
Well, and here's the thing, like, mine is mine's kind of different. Like, I always believe that I can do shit. I always that's the ego. Like, I don't ever have the ego problem, to where it's like, I believe in magic. I believe in magic wholeheartedly. And I believe that I can alter it because I've seen it happen. I don't ever really doubt that. It's just, I struggle with the complete, like, black and white ability to do so. Like, if I don't have the charge, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that's where the thing is like, if I'm in a low spot, it's hard for me. It's not that I don't believe that I can do magic. It's that I don't believe that in that moment I can do magic.
Yeah. It's the same as like driving a car. Like, how to drive a car. Yeah. But it's like, right now, I'm too tired to jump in and go to the store. It's like you have the ability, but not the desire, I guess. Or you have the ability, but you just don't currently have the ability. I don't know how to phrase it, but I get what you mean.
It's just, it's the light, like the open sign is not lit up at that moment.
Technically I can, like, it is possible, but man, I just can't.
I just can't. I can't, and it would be a waste of time. And if you go into spell work thinking it's going to be a waste of time, it's a waste of time, at least to me.
I've done spell work before where when I was all wrapped up, I just immediately, I was like, that didn't fucking do anything. I was like, I was like, that didn't, or that's not, it might be sort of impactful, but that's not going to be as impactful as I wanted it to be. And I know you could follow it with the argument of like, well, you have to speak things as if they have already happened and you have to be confident. And I do believe that there's a certain level of truth to that. But at the same time, sometimes that thought is not a conscious effort. Sometimes it just crops up and you're like, I just know in my heart, I know in my gut that I did nothing just now. Like,
Yeah, well,
I
and
should have waited.
I think that's like I was like thinking about this morning, and I was like, I feel like for me, for spell work to work, for like all of the cogs to line up and click into place, I was like, I need like it's all based on like belief,
Mm,
but I need like belief in myself at that
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
It's a big part. Like I can do it, and I need um belief in like in magic, which I always have. Like that box is usually checked. It's like
Yeah.
that's my study box. And I also need belief in a purpose. And it's like that I need all three of those to line up. Like I need to be willing and able to do the spell work. I need to
Hmm.
believe that the spell work's going to do it. And then I need to have a true, real ass purpose
Yeah.
to do this. It's like it's when all three of those line up that it's like you get like you see like in movies, to where it's like you have three lasers and then they shoot as like a triangle and then form one big laser.
Yes.
It's like that's what happens. And it's like when all three of those, like that Venn diagram or triple diagram, whatever the hell it's called when there's three circles instead of two, if
Whoa.
it's even a different name. That's what I need. And I think that's when you can start really manipulating your existence in this
Hmm.
life. And deep down when it changes. Just like, I mean, it was like seriously the day or like the next day after that spell, or it might have been the day of, I told Hunter, I said, something's happening this week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it was Sunday. And then I got a call on Monday, the next day. And she was like, we've got an application. I was like, you're goddamn right we do. And
Hunter, well, you said that was going to happen.
there you go, and he was like, I know it. I heard it, I'm like, there you go. But, so yeah. And again, I just want to touch on the closing, like again, with like donating the fee, like that was another thing. I was like, cause I went into this calling on Hecate and that was the conclusion. I was like, this money is going to go to helping more dogs.
Yes.
This is my offering. That's truly what it was like, this is my offering to Hecate. And that's another thing. I do think it is important if you do work with deities to remember to offer them and pay it forward for them and show that extra effort of like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you. And
that goes
ties it up nice.
I think that goes for any spirit whatsoever.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if it's just the human spirits of ancestor, like I think it's, if you invite a bunch of friends over to paint your house, you're going to buy them some beer and pizza,
100%.
Like it's just polite. Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah. And one thing that it keeps coming back to that I keep hearing you kind of say, or the vibe I'm getting is just like, I have to tell myself, and I know a lot of people out there, because y'all have written in and told us the same thing. If you feel like you're forcing something, stop. And if you feel that, like, you know what I think would work right now? If you feel that vibe of that like that charge, follow that.
Latch onto it. Yeah. Let it take you. Yeah. Because that's the thing. This all happened from that tiny little, it was like a little bit of good news, gave me a little bit of air under my wings. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run with it. And I didn't necessarily know at that moment that it was going to be this intense. But as I rode that wave, the wave grew and I was like, this is fucking happening. Yeah. So it's just like, if I would have ignored that, I don't think the situation would be as it is right now. Yeah. I don't.
You really, you follow the string, you pull the thread and look what happened. And I'm so happy. I'm so glad that there was a positive resolution to this. Cause I know that this was not a great situation for anyone in the beginning. It wasn't good for Bruce. It wasn't good for the other dogs. It was not good for you. No, it wasn't a good situation, but now it's good for everybody. Yeah. I mean, I guess honestly, you and Hunter are kind of the people who it is not turning out that well for, because you're losing a dog that you love very much. But
that's where I am now. Is like and now I can heal, because I do things in order. It was like I had to get him rehomed. I had to get him to a safe space that was his, and now I'm processing that, and so that's kind of where I am. But and it's fine. It sucks, but it's positive. It's just healing.
Fucking happy, and it sounds like the dude that you left him with was perfect, and I think they're gonna be like
other bros,
just best of buds, dude.
Yeah. No, he had like a good sense of humor too. It was really cute. And I did tell him, I was like, he's used to his name. I don't think it can be changed. And he was like, nah, we're Ben and Bruce. It's like gin and juice. And I was like, all right, we're good.
Love it. Did you just grab your purse and like,
I was like, I'm a head out. All right.
Oh man. Well, lovely. I want to take this moment. I want to take this moment right now to just remind everyone that wild chocolate is not safe for dogs. You know who it is safe and delicious for?
My mouth.
My mouth hole.
We're going to talk to you about today's sponsor of this episode. We're going to talk about Bright Moon's Apothecary and the Yule chocolate box that you can pick up right now.
There are no two words that go better together than Yule and chocolate.
No.
Oh. So the Yule chocolate box is $25. That includes shipping and holds 8 chocolates, 2 of each flavor, in the special couture cocoa blend shells. Listen to these flavors. Are you ready, Macy?
Yes.
Orange creme. Mint ice cream. Orange truffle. And cinnamon apple pie.
There it is. And listen, these chocolates are delicious. We have had Beltane and Samhain chocolates from Bright Moon's Apothecary, very politely sent to us, and we have moaned our way through all of them.
It's so funny. I remember being in your kitchen and we would like pop the same chocolate in our mouth and we would just do that thing where you make eye contact and you just go at each other.
Yeah, and you'll just like take a good intake of just
oh God. Yeah.
And along with that, there's other goodies that you can pick up. So there is Florida water, which I have put in my baths, and it is super lit. And roll-on perfumes, which I also have been using the ever-loving life out of. Mine is like kind of a nice, like woodsy kind of, and it's in this beautiful 2-tone little roll-on glass bottle, and all 100% essential oils with witch hazel and carrier oils, some coconut oil, sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil, wheat germ oil, some sunflower seed oil, olive oil, all the good. And I got to tell you, like, it's, you know how they roll on, like they roll on generously.
Yes, I love that.
What I like with
I hate a stingy roll on. First of all.
No, it like comes out, and then you can rub it in, and it's nice and oily, and it just has a good scent.
So all of these oils, dude, it sounds super nourishing for your skin. And like you said, it is essential oils, carrier oils, witch hazel, all this good stuff. It means it's real, not like synthetic or chemically.
Right. Yep. And the Florida water and the roll-on perfumes, those are all $7 each. And it keeps going because also with Bright Moon's Apothecary, you can build custom grimoires or book of shadows. You can customize your page count, style, cover, tea-stained pages. It's like bookbinding, actual books, and bookmarks made of ribbon and anything else you can think of. Handmade, assembled books of shadows.
Tea-stained paper is one of my favorite things. It's a simple pleasure that makes me so happy in my heart. I love tea-stained pages. I don't know why. It's one of those things.
It's a job well done. It's an extra touch.
Well done. And also, this is a personal favorite here. They also have hot cocoa kits, because who doesn't love a hot cocoa tick? A hot cocoa kit. They have
I know it, dude.
Milk chocolate and, listen here, Mexican chocolate. I am a fan of some spice in my hot cocoa.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so all of this is at Bright Moon's Apothecary. You can message them directly for orders, and that is at their Facebook page. It's bright.moons.apothecary. We will link this in the show notes. Check them out and hit them up for an order. They're also a very, very long time listener of the show. So help out a fellow bean and their business.
Dude, beans helping beans, my bro.
Beans helping beans.
Big helpful pot of beans. Mace Wad, I'm going to talk to you about a stone that very much caught my heart today.
Oh.
It is a little quickie, because like you said, we are on a bit of a time restraint. However, it normally just sort of worked out that way. This is a very concise little stone, and I'm talking to you about Sunstone.
Cute.
I know. So Sunstone, if you've never seen it, it's gorgeous. It has that kind of interesting, it's one of the stones that has an interesting look to it, you know, like tiger's eye or any of the ones that just have a look to it. And that's because this is actually in the feldspar family. So like satin spar, aka selenite, it has that kind of shard look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't see many in the like long square like wand style that you can find selenite in typically. These are more of a what you would think of when you think of a stone, like it's a chunk, a little nugget, but it is that feldspar. So it has that interesting look to it. It's also known as aventurine feldspar because it has a similar look to aventurine as well. You know how it has that, I don't want to say shard again, but it has that striated look, I guess.
Yeah, and it also kind of has the same like waxy candy look when it's raw. You know what it looks like? It reminds me of the orange cream savers.
I was thinking of Whorehound, but like the unpolished version of Sunstone. Not where it's like real shiny, but you know how Whorehound has like that powder coating sort of on it? That's what it looks
like. Whorehound?
Whorehound candies. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I was like, yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so it's also known as aventurine feldspar. And I have to actively say aventurine. I know that's like a thing here, but I cannot stop myself from saying adventurine.
I know, it's what I want.
It's so much better. Let's just change it. Petition to change the name of aventurine to adventurine. It's also known as heliolite. So sometimes it is sold under the name of heliolite, but we're basically talking sunstone here. It is a gorgeous, like orangey color. Like what did you just say? I know it looks edible, looks delicious. What did you just say? It looks like the orange candies. What candy?
Yeah, the cream savers.
Yeah, cream savers. Ew, cream savers sounds like an insult that you'd give somebody.
They were delicious.
They slap, dude. So the reason it has this beautiful gold coloring is because of the amount of copper within it. So the copper gives it not only this coppery orangey look, but it also gives it that striated or that interesting look that it holds. So sunstone's only, in the grand scheme of things, pretty recently popular. This doesn't have a hugely enriched past where people have, built civilizations off of it, or it had any kind of huge meaning in any culture. There are a few. I believe it was the Norse sailors used it as a way to navigate the seas because of the way that the stone would catch light. They could like somehow navigate. The light would hit the stone, and the way that the light reflected, they would basically use that as like a clock of some form, or a compass, or they would
People
somehow
be so much cooler.
I know, dude. I don't even, my stupid
we're so
brain
useless,
does not understand how you would do that. But there would be people who could just that was their thing. That was like their whole job. As navigators, they would have these big chunks of stone, and you would somehow figure it out. Like, oh, so the light is casting at a 45-degree angle. That means we're going. It's afternoon, so that means we're going north. I don't know.
And we just always say, everybody just resorts to the fact that like our ancestors and like indigenous peoples that figured all of this out are stupid. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And it's not even that they're like stupid, like, I'm stupid, but it's like, we think of them as so incredibly simple, I guess.
Yeah, like primitive.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, man.
Dude, we are like, we have these phones and shit. We can look down and like ultimately see which way we're going, like compass style. But the thing is in our advancement, we have somehow become simple, and
exactly. We're spoon fed everything that we need to know. We don't retain it.
It's fine.
It's not important for survival.
I'm not by any means like saying, let's go back to the old ways, dude, where you could die if you stubbed your toe.
Right.
I'm not saying
but let us respect the old ways.
Yes. Let us respect the old ways, and let us just maybe learn a couple of these skills.
Absolutely.
It's not until you lose your phone or you lose power or something that you go, oh fuck, I should have really paid attention. How do you make sure water is clean to drink?
Right.
So just to kind of get up on my survivalist soapbox a little bit. Okay, so speaking on the history, this comes from geology.com. And it just makes me giggle. It's a little bit of history, but it's also kind of funny. So geology.com says, the United States the common use of in the United States, the common use of sunstone by lapidaries. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is like jewelry, to make jewelry and decorative pieces. It began in the early 1900s, so pretty recent, guys. And at that time, Tiffany and Company, they acquired the mining claims of one of the largest places to get this from, which is in Oregon. They opened the first commercial sunstone mine in the United States, and they produced the jewelry with the faceted sunstone, and they called them plush diamonds was the name that they sold this under. Plush diamonds. And this is the part that makes me giggle, because in this article they say, their efforts with sunstone must not have met Tiffany's expectations because they stopped production and sold their claims.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Which is strange to me. That must have truly been a byproduct of what was popular at the time, because the stone is gorgeous. I would love a piece of jewelry made out of sunstone. It is just so pretty to me. And this is coming from somebody who I don't typically love the orange, yellow, those kind of stones, like the bright stones. I definitely pull towards like your deep blues and your dark stones and shit like that. But this one has absolutely stolen my heart. So
this one and citrine, those seem to be your exceptions.
I do, yeah. And I really do love citrine, and I'm finding that when I do like these types of stones, it's very solar based, and it instills in me this feeling of not only, hey, is this pretty, but it instills this feeling of warmth, and that's something that not only citrine has, but sunstone as well. They bring the warmth of the actual sun. So I know we spoke about citrine a million years ago, and besides it being a rock star for prosperity or whatever the fuck I said, it was thought to hold the actual power of the sun. So same with this guy here. Now it doesn't have immensely huge history in that way. Now there were certain indigenous people of America, as well as I want to say it was South Africa. Yeah, South Africa as well. That do have we have some evidence that they used it as one of the like representations of sun and things like that. It just wasn't very well known. There were other things that they would use probably first, or we have evidence to suggest, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm trying to say. However, in modern day witchcraft practices, it is used to represent the sun. So it is tied to the things that you think it would be tied to. It is a Leo stone, and I'm not doing this on purpose. I feel like every stone I talk about is either Leo or Aquarius. Like
it just be like that.
It just happens. So Leo, the planet would be, the association would be the sun. It's very tied to fire, but also because it is a stone, earth as well. And I even saw some evidence. I saw some people use it for Aries, as well, because of just the fire and the passion. Passion is big with this stone. Not only, of course, not only a sexual passion, but passion for your interests. Anything, it just carries such strong sun vibes. Think of the sun burning and churning, and it's just so fucking pumped all the time.
It is. Like, it wants to see your butthole.
It does. It wants to see your butthole, and so does sunstone. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
Put it up your butt.
Yeah. Hey. So it can help you inspire passion, find passion where passion has been lacking. So say, as an example, you have this hobby that you have loved forever, and recently you're just feeling, maybe you're having a bit of the seasonal affective disorder, you're having the winter time blues, or maybe, maybe it's straight up fucking depression, right? Like that fucks with your want to do the things that you love.
That's where I've been for weeks.
Yeah.
Now. Like, yeah. I mean, like full on, like I had the the come to moment of when you're like, oh shit, I'm depressed.
Yes.
Like it was about like a week, like 3 weeks in, when I realized like I had just basically stopped. By the way, if you've emailed us in like the past while, I'm going to answer it probably this week. I've just stopped. Like I put my whole purpose into this one thing, and it's like outside of that, like I've just kind of been a gray shade.
And I think that when people are affected by seasonal, I don't just love saying seasonal depression, because I think that implies that the other parts of depression aren't. There's like seasonal anxiety, there's but a seasonal
and the
affective disorder.
seasonal, the sad hasn't hit me yet. Like, this was mainly because of the dog situation, but I usually start getting hit. Well, but it's going to be different though, dude, because our greenhouse is like got the top layer of plastic on it. Like, in the next like week, I'm going to have a sealed off huge greenhouse where it's like, I think I can work with my plants in January.
I can see you just hanging out in that greenhouse, just chilling.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah,
it's keep me alive.
I know you will. I know it will. And the reason I was focusing so much on the sad is because this stone is recommended for people who work with stones to help alleviate symptoms of sad or seasonal affective or seasonal depression, however you want to. It is the literal sun in your back pocket. It brings you physical warmth. It helps to bring the vitality and the passion back to projects. And frankly, it can how do I say? It can bring the warm fuzzies that come this time of year, but frankly, don't come for everybody. This is, I'm sorry, I'm kind of stuttering a little bit because this is a hard topic to talk about. I personally do not get affected by wintertime seasonal depression or anything like that. Mine is much more like in summer and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you definitely do in the summer.
Oh, big time. And, but this is not that for me right now. This is my time of year. I very much love Yule. I love the colors. I love the representation of it. The more that I've learned about Yule and about this and paganism and blah, 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 the more that I'm like, oh, dude, I've always loved Christmas, but I'm not a Christian. So where's my place in that? And I've always I've wondered about it. And then the more I learn about it, I'm like, dude, I fucking am a simp for Yule, but it's, and it does very much bring that most wonderful time of the year vibe, but I know that is not the case for so many people. And that really, really fucking sucks. And especially when you are surrounded. Okay. So in summer, I am so depressed and I hate everything. And when people are like jazzed about summer, like, yeah, it's finally summer, or I can't wait for it to be summer again, or, oh, I'm a summer baby. And people are just so happy that it's summer. Like, yeah, I'm glad that you're happy, but it makes me feel like shit. You know what I mean? It makes me feel like shit. And so I know what it must feel like to be surrounded by all of this Christmas propaganda of just
honestly, I can't stand it.
You walk into a store and big red letters, it says joy, and it's like, what if you're not fucking joyful right now? What if you literally feel as if you don't want to be here anymore? You know what I mean? And it's like, to be surrounded by such levels of be happy, be happy, be happy. It's like, oh, fuck off.
It's irritating. Yeah,
irritating to say the least. So anyway, Sunstone brings joy and passion and warmth into the life. It's also wonderful to bring about confidence. Think about the sun. Not only is it burning and churning and whatever, it's very proud of itself.
It is. It will melt you.
He's a proud little boy. So this is good for confidence. And of course, you could use it in a specialized way, like confidence if you have to do a business production or whatever. But it's also good if you're just working on your everyday self-confidence. If it takes a lot for you to kind of walk into a room with your head held high, bring some of this with you, to kind of have, I can't think of another way to put it, have that bitch energy in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also, I saw that, wait, hold on, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So in line with the confidence building, Sunstone, absolutely, it burns away fear and doubt. It eliminates fear and doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It targets those things and it just blasts it with its little sun rays. And it just, get out of here, fear and doubt, go on.
It sounds really appropriate for performers.
Yes. Yeah. It'll give you the confidence and
you'll shine, you'll have like that magnetism.
Yeah. And it removes the ceiling of what you think you're capable of, basically. It will help promote an atmosphere of there is no limit. to what I can do and what I'm capable of. And you're right. I think that you're like, if you're a stage performer or a performer in any sense, really, that's important. Because to me, what is imposter syndrome but a self-imposed limit? You know what I mean? That
True.
like you feel like you've exceeded it and you're like, oh, I don't know about that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's the ultimate happy stone. It's just it's a happy little dude. I can imagine if you paired it with citrine, you're gonna just blast off into stardom. You will become the sun itself. You will.
Yeah, I feel like those two together are like Riley and Jonesy from Letterkenny. Like they're just
Lord.
like two bros, just two brothers.
Just that's the name. Two brothers.
Just two brothers. And it's cute to imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. And also cute is the along with all of these happy vibes and confident vibes, it's also nice to just bring the warm, like the warmness. It has cat nap in the sun energy.
Also, dude, have you ever just put your hand on a warm cat, like a sun-warmed cat?
Oh, baby. Have you ever
They get so hot.
You ever just fallen asleep in a ray of sunshine?
Absolutely. It's like I've learned the only way I can nap. I've napped twice or 3 times this year. And I think all 3 times have been outside in the sun.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. I mean, coming from somebody who just abhors the sun, just that gentle heat, especially if it's cold outside, like just cold enough. Oh, baby. Okay. And moving swiftly on back to, I kind of want to wrap it up, bring it full circle with the aspect of sexual vitality cannot be overlooked within this stone. I feel like that is a energy that it carries that is specific to Sunstone that really separates it from citrine. So if that is an aspect that you're looking for, get you some strange or some familiar, whatever you're looking for.
It'll give you like a spiritual simmy.
My spirit is chubbed. And you can also, I want to end with this. If you're looking to promote balance in your life, maybe it's work-life balance, or maybe it's the balance of, you know what, I seem disproportionately sad to the times that I'm happy. It just, if you were looking to promote balance, keep some sunstone on you, but pair it with moonstone to promote balance in all things.
I like that.
What is sunstone?
Cute. Happy.
Like it quite a bit. Very happy, very, very warm feeling. Yeah.
I could go for that. I like how it looks. I could go for a good chunky like bangle, like a good chunky, with like, like a good stone bracelet, not tumbled. Like I want it raw.
Raw and wriggling.
Wriggling.
You know what song that I have had in my head? And I don't think I'm saying the words right, but if I am saying the word right, it's concerning to me. The thing's like, I'm about to make, what is it? I want to try to make love to you, so get ready. So get ready.
Yeah,
is that the words? I'm gonna try to make love to you, so get ready.
I don't know for sure. That sounds right to me, and I mean. Maybe
I'm about to try to make love to you, so get ready.
You get ready. Buckle up. Maybe they could use a little bit of sunstone. Maybe they're just a little nervous. That's what they're just going to try and give them some sunstone. Put it up their butt, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't put it up the butt.
Formal, whatever.
No, so please
don't put it up your butt. One thing I do want to say here is, I just now Googled sunstone to kind of get the picture of it, and I was also going to look for a chunky bangle. But one thing that we both come across, and I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but I know you have to have had experienced this. When we do research for stones, I come across a fair amount of Steven Universe stuff because the characters in Steven Universe are, named after stones and crystals, right? So
I keep getting told by multiple people to watch that show.
Really? Yeah. I've heard that as well. And the more that I kind of see that they are accurate with the description, like the characters that are called by these names have the properties that these stone have.
Well, that's good.
I think it would be fun to kind of to see these things personified. I know that's not really the point of the show. However, I just now saw, while looking through it, there's a character named Sunstone, and boy, does she look like she could crush my head with her thighs.
Oh, I'm gonna look her up.
Look her up. Steven Universe Sunstone. She's got 4 arms, and her head is fire. Her head is fire.
There's Sunstone.
Dude, she looks like she could kill me.
Oh, yes, she could. She's hot.
Look at her. Sunstone. All right.
I love her.
She's my new favorite. Big fucking arms. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you.
All right. Well, cool. I then am going to go. Oh, let's go ahead and say, everybody, if you're still here, don't know why you are, we are going to be at the big ass giant fucking Tucson gym show. Shit.
Jim heard his name and he came in and he
did. God, you fumbled my tongue around with fingers.
He stuck his toe right in your mouth and just kind of
right in there, just wiggling around so I couldn't speak. We're going to be there, and I can't wait. We're going to spend several days there. We're going to cover what goes on at this event that is huge, and we're going to see all the rough and raw stones. We're going to see all of the pretty ones that we can't afford and could never dream to.
The ones they won't let you touch.
No, they won't even let you hardly look at. Oh. I'm gonna slip inside some giant stones and just sit there for a while.
I'm gonna find myself like a big geode, and I'm gonna pass away in it and make it my coffin.
Yeah, and then I'll just ship you back in that.
Just throw me in the river like Osiris.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll find the other half of the geode and seal it.
Yes.
With you inside,
and then
you'll be eternal.
Dick eaten off by a fish.
Absolutely, and no one's ever gonna find it.
Yeah. Well, except my wife, who will blow me back to life.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a bad bitch, though.
Oh, can we, dude? Okay. Listen, we can't. Okay. Back to the gym show topic at hand. I have heard about this gym show for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Particularly from Kim.
We've wanted to go for years and years and years.
But the thing is, I had no idea of the scale of this.
Me neither.
I thought it would be like a parking lot full of people who had their different gyms. It's a whole town. The whole town.
It's the whole city.
Yeah. Holy God. So if you're going, please let us know, and we would love to maybe say hi. And we're gonna be out and kind of kicking rocks, as it were.
Yeah, we get a little cute little. I know I said queef. We've got a little queef. We've got a cute little Airbnb, and we're gonna be kind of right in the middle of it all. And I can't wait. I can't wait to drive through the desert. We're gonna do me and you, man, road trip through the desert. How fucking cool is that? So,
oh my God, how cool are we? I've always wanted to do that.
Hey, me too. And I can't wait. So that's the plan. So maybe more news to come on that, probably so as it gets closer. But anyway, if y'all are in that area and you're coming to the gym show, hit us up and maybe we can hang.
Party.
Yeah, man.
More news. I think this is the last announcement that I have. Next week is our big spooky time Christmas episode. Well, not big. It's usually it's a quick and dirty Christmas spooky episode. Next week. Join us. Spooky Chode for scary ghost stories and something I don't know the other words and da 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 da. That's how that sounds.
And the week after that, the following week, we have a very special treat for the last episode of this year, 2020. We're having Amber.
No.
Oh, did I say 2020? 2021. Listen, 2021 really didn't exist in my opinion.
No, it didn't, dude.
It didn't. It's gone and nothing really I mean, a lot happened, but at the same time, it's just kind of like gone somehow.
It was the most that happened year that has ever
absolutely.
Happened. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're having Amber from Amber Energy Services back on the show, and we're going to talk astrology again, and we're going to talk about what it's looking like in the coming year.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that. So it's just going to be kind of an end of the year wrap up astrology episode and what's to come. And she's so knowledgeable on this. We can't wait to have her on again and just kind of talk about what 2022 is looking like.
Yes. And that is something that I'm very excited for because I've never thought to, of course, we're both novices at the astrology thing. We're learning more every day. but I've never really thought to look to the skies to see how the upcoming year is going to be. And I really am excited to get it on record and to kind of, it'll be one of those things where we can look back on it and see like where certain things came into play for us. Kind of in the way that at the very end of 2019, we had an episode where we were talking about like how great 2020 was going to be, and we couldn't wait for 2020.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, like, I know. We were so young.
Now that's a sad looking back, but with this, it'll be an interesting like. So I'm certain she's going to say certain things that we go, oh, that's cool, but like later we look back and we're like, whoa, that was that was more than cool. We should have listened, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm excited to see how this works. Of course, she knows more than she might come on and be like, no, we can't just predict the future.
Yeah, she's like, no, you moron. I can tell you like what your week is going to be like as an Aquarius, but you fucking moron.
I know, but I believe in her, and she's also way nicer to us than that.
Oh God!
And I can't wait to have her on again. So y'all look forward to that. It'll be a really fun way to just pop off this year and roll into the next.
Pop it right off.
Yes, just headshot this year.
Yes, just right there, right between the eyes. Goodbye.
Yeah, quick and dirty. It's all right. But yeah, we'll see y'all next week with some spooky tales.
All right.